I wake up in fright, staring at the orange light glaring past the shades. My racing heartbeat gradually slows and my anxiety fades away, replaced by a reassuring sense that my decision to stay in place was indeed the correct one. Avoiding entanglement with any potential police investigation is a weight lifted off my shoulders. I grab my boots and socks, but when I go to put them on, I notice dried blood under my feet. Holy shit. I feel panic rising again. The first thing I do is wash my feet in the bathroom. I don't even dry them, sliding on my socks and shoving my feet into my Desirado leather square toes. I gather what little belongings I have and head out the door. Daylight paints a different picture. I don't recognize the motel or its layout. Everything seems to be spread further apart than it did at night. The luster of the pools of blood is gone, replaced by dry patches of dark red cordoned off by yellow tape. 3 police vehicles remain, parked in front of the office entrance. I see no officers, so I head straight for my truck. Before I climb in, I stop and decide to check the rear. I walk to the back and assess the doors. The locks are broken. I freeze, unable to garner the incentive to open up and check the cargo inside. 2 cops appear, stepping out from the back of the motel. I make sure the doors are shut and rush to the front. I climb into the driver's seat and power the truck system up, checking whether I've attracted the attention of the 2 officers. Avocado, it's time to go. I wait for it to respond. It doesn't. Avocado, we need to hit the road soon if we want to stay ahead of any potential trouble. The familiar voice says,
Power levels are at 8%. Please charge.
There's no charging station here.
There is a level 1 maxi charge located 22 meters northeast from here.
I gaze towards the glaring sun and spot the green and red Max Energy logo. It's a slow charge, Doc. We can't stay here forever. We've got to keep moving if we want to stay safe. You know we can't afford to draw attention to ourselves.
The next level 3 dock is 48 kilometers away.
8% is plenty.
I'm afraid I can't let you take the risk. I advise against your action.
I run my fingers across the dash, implementing the override sequence and keeping an eye out for the cops.
I cite Section 13 on the Safety and Maintenance Protocol.
I power up the truck. Is there any level 1 or 2 docks closer?
Yes, there is a level 2 station 21 kilometers away.
Then get me to it, for fuck's sake.
What is the difference between?
Just help me get to it. With a gentle touch on the accelerator, I ease the pedal down, feeling the satisfying resistance of the transmission as it engages. The motors hum with readiness, the road vibrating the steering wheel. As the vehicle glides forward, the motion is smooth and controlled. The sounds of the wheels grinding on the pavement intensify as I navigate the twists and turns of the parking lot. Gaining momentum, I gently increase the pressure on the accelerator, allowing the truck to pick up speed as it gracefully exits the parking lot. The world outside unfolds before me, the scenery passing by in a blur. I navigate the streets with precision, my hands firmly on the steering wheel, feeling the road beneath my tires. As the truck gains momentum, a breeze sweeps through the window I open, carrying the scent of the desert air. The world outside becomes a blur of ochre, the rising sun casting a warm glow over the landscape. Driving for an hour, I eagerly search for a route back onto the motorway, but an urgency overcomes me. Avocado, bring up the surveillance video from last night. The video stream pops up on the dashboard. I run my finger along the timeline until I spot movement. As I anxiously view the surveillance footage, a sense of dread washes over me. The screen displays a group of masked thugs, their sinister intent hidden behind the anonymity of their disguises. Like shadows in the night, they arrive at the truck, stealthily surrounding it with malevolent purpose. They converge on the rear door, their movements synchronized in a chilling display of coordination. My heart sinks as I witness them opening the doors when suddenly, the footage disintegrates into a sea of quivering pixels, followed by a pitch-black screen. The onslaught of fear induces a tremor in my hands and feet. Looking ahead, I search the highway and see a turnoff approaching, leading out to a road that cuts straight into the desert terrain. so I take it and stop about 100 meters from the intersection. I wait to catch my breath, then open my door, step out and walk to the back of the Cyberstar. Jolting open the doors, I discover that the crates are still strapped down, but they are no longer sitting in perfect order. Each wooden crate has shifted. I climb in and approach the first row. The lid of the topmost crate is loose. I slide the timber aside and peek inside. To my surprise, I see only cardboard boxes. I pull one of the larger, heavier ones out and inspect it. A centrifuge. I pull out another item to discover it is a granulator machine. Another is parts for what looks like capsule-filling paraphernalia. I become acutely aware of what this equipment is. They're used in the production of illicit substances. I have no idea how to deal with this. Drug-making equipment is still illegal in this state, and if caught with it, delivering it, I could face serious consequences. The sound of a motorcycle engine approaches my way. Jumping back onto the road, I see the motorcyclist zipping past. I walk to the front of the truck, watching the bike, hoping it disappears into the horizon. But the motorcyclist stops, not even 50 meters away. Behind me, a dusty white utility truck roars into the turnoff and screeches to a halt in front of me. 3 denim-clad figures emerge from the dirty and battered vehicle, their menacing faces partly obscured by dark hoods. The air grows thick with tension as they surround me, their eyes gleaming with malicious intent.
"Get on the ground,"
yells one. I comply when I see the glint of weapons in their hands. Their intentions are obvious. They aim to rob the crates within the truck. Protocol directs me not to interfere as deliveries are insured, but fear still grips my heart. I muster the courage to not anticipate the worst-case scenario, being executed out here in the middle of nowhere. Knowing that my response will determine the outcome, I wait on the gravel. Adrenaline surges through my veins as I brace myself for the impending kill shot, the desert becoming an arena where my death entertains nobody but the participants. Suddenly, loud thuds rumble from inside my truck. It sounds like something is moving around among the crates. The gang members turn their attention towards the truck. I see their feet scamper to the back as the 2 of them climb inside. A beastly growl deafens me. One man lets out a harrowing scream.
"Holy fuck!"
The sound of banging erupts against wood and metal. I shut my eyes, but the horrific sounds make my imagination visualize what is happening. Human and animal screams are punctuated with gunfire, forcing me to reopen my eyes. The remaining 2 men's feet lift and disappear from my sight line as if plucked off the ground by something huge. I hear the motorcycle grumble. Turning, I watch the motorcyclist race towards me, stop a meter from my head and dismount, pulling out a pistol.
"What the fuck is going on?"
he yells. I try to speak, but nothing comes out. I don't even know why I'm still hugging the ground. The biker slowly steps towards the back, weapon pointed, easing his way around the door.
"Jesus!"
he cries, his horror distorting his voice.
"What the hell is this?"
From my vantage point, I can see the deep red liquid dribbling out onto the ground. There's a loud snapping of timber, followed by a beastly groan. A shot rings out, striking metal. As before, I watch the biker's feet lift into the air. The biker's arm grabs the door. But whatever has snatched him pulls the biker along with the door. Dead silence follows. Nothing moves, just the blood cascading onto the tailgate. I wait on the ground, paralyzed until the silence frightens me more than any sound could. I stand on wobbling knees and look around in every direction and see nothing but endless vacant highway and desert. I pick a direction, any direction, and launch into a sprint.